Hi friends, I'm about to try something very different for me today. All of my carvings have really just been kind of freestyle, meaning that I'm not really going from a photograph. I say that knowing that I have in the past carved an eagle head and a wolf head, and I've used photos, but I've used multiple different photos and incorporated different things from all of those. So I wasn't trying to replicate an exact image. Today, I'm going to go ahead and try to do just that. I am going to attempt to carve something in the round. It is a much larger chunk of sycamore than I usually do. This one's probably 5 inches across, and I'm usually doing 2.5 to 3 inch across pieces. I really would have liked to have a larger piece to do this with, just so I can get some better detail in here. But it's been raining for several days here where I'm at, and every single piece of the larger wood that I have is of course soaking wet. So I didn't want to wait. I'm not about to go try to dry a piece of wood out just to get this video started. I think I'll be able to do this using this. I'm going to be doing a carving in the round of a place that I used to go to when I was a kid. It's called Lanterman's Mill. It is in Mill Creek Park in Youngstown, Ohio. And that's what we're going to try to do. So let me show you a couple of things here. So what I've done, I'm going to go ahead and pop up a photo of what this mill looks like. I will be showing you basically just one side of it now, and it's really the most popular side that you'll see if you see photos of this. If you search Lanterman's Mill on the internet, this is typically the side you're going to see when looking for this picture. I did download photos of all 4 sides of it, best I can do, and one shot that's as close to aerial as I can get of this thing, so that I know what the surrounding area looks like. And then what I've done here is, this is going to be the top of the log that I'm using, the round as it were, and I've kind of sketched out the location of where the building is, the mill itself. This will be the walkway in that mill. This is the upper falls. This is a lower stone fall that is just above these upper falls. And then this is the lower falls. And what I mean by these two items, just these are my terminology, not there. This is going to be the lowest point on my carving. This will be a medium point, and this is going to be the highest point. This is indicating that it's a hill coming down. So there's a slope starting up here, and it's going to slope down. This is going to be the main level of the ground, and that will slowly slope as it goes around to this lower stone. It's a dam, but it's a much lower dam on this. This is really a waterfall. This is the dam. And then what I've done is I've drawn myself a side view of the side of basically a view looking at this. So this will be, so I know how deep to cut. So this of course will be the top of the round. This is going to be the main level of the ground. This will be where the lower stone dam is. This part's going to be the upper river. This is the lower level of the river down here, and of course this is the very bottom, the base. So this is what I've done in preparation to get this thing started. Now again, you're coming along for the ride on this one, because honestly I have no idea how this is going to turn out, because as I've said in the past, when I'm doing carvings, they're fairy tale stuff. They're gnome homes. Nobody knows what it looks like. It's just in my head, and that can change as I'm carving. So this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge for me. You guys get to come along for the ride and see how we do on this. Should be fun. Let's get started. Well, here I go. I'm going to go ahead and start putting some lines on the top based on my drawing here. I have to first determine, really based on what kind of issues I'm going to have in here. Like I've got a knot. I really don't want that to be in there. There's a little bit of a knot down near the bottom there, but that's not going to be of any concern really. So I do need to be careful with this area. So I have to figure out where I want that placed. And looking here, this lower falls. Most of this knot would be removed. So I think that's the way I'm going to have this, like this. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put in the building. Anytime we're doing stuff like this, we want to be super careful on not cutting into where this building is going to be. We want to also be careful of not cutting too low and not being able to, we can't have, when I cut this out, I got to be careful not to go the same distance down on here, around here, because this all has to be three-dimensional land. So we're looking at this in 3 dimensions, and it does make things a little more difficult for us. So let me get my favorite tool here and I'll be right back. All right, this is my oscillating tool. It's a Dremel. Any brand will work. These things are amazing, so if you don't have one, I suggest getting one. They do an amazing job on all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start using this to start roughing things out. I thought that oscillating tool was going to be so much easier than using that cutoff wheel that I typically use. The problem with it is it's not easy to handle. It's huge, and I am just so afraid I'm going to cut into the wrong spot on here and take away something that I'm not going to be able to put back. So with that being said, I am going to go back to the cutting wheel now, and I'll continue showing that. I did stop recording on purpose, just because I had to keep lifting this thing up and turning it and moving it, and I would have not gotten any good angles, and it'd be pretty boring just to watch me cut those shapes out of here. So now I'm going to go redraw in some of the lines so that I know where I am, and then we'll go back to carving with that cutoff wheel. Well, let's see, I had to stop and run out and get a new one of these bits because that thing is just burning it all up. So let's see if this thing works. There's the mill. Basement of the mill. We have the waterfall, a little bit of a rock outcropping right here. This is going to be all of the loose rock that are down along in this corner. The river will continue over here. It's also right back into here. This is a low dam, and the river comes back in around here and back around this way, and then narrows its way through to come through here. Main entrance to the mill right on this side, and then there's another entrance back here. All right, see if I can start shaping some things up. This is where we're going to stop today. That doesn't mean anything to you really, because I'm going to probably pick up right where we left off and keep going with this. Just so you get an idea, I will, like I said, post a photo, but here's the picture that I'm one of the photos that I'm working from, and here is what we have so far. Just so that you can get an idea of what we're looking at.